From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang in review. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday suspended Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board or LTFRB Chairman Teofilo Guadis III over alleged corruption. This is in the midst of corruption allegations hounding the LTFRB under Guadis's leadership. In a statement, Presidential Communications Office or PCO Secretary Cheloy Garfield said that the President does not tolerate any misconduct in his administration and has instructed the immediate investigation of this matter, adding that President Marcos strongly condemns dishonesty and duplicity in public service. Earlier, former executive assistant of Guadis, Jeffrey Tumbado, along with transport group Manibela, exposed the alleged corruption by the agency. Manibela Chair Mar Valbuena, in response to the allegations, announced to hold a nationwide transport strike on October 16th. In a separate statement, Department of Transportation or DOTR Secretary Jaime Bautista said that an investigation is underway and the suspended LTFRB chief has also been issued a notice to explain and shed light on the allegations.
Dateline Malacañang.
Malacañang on Wednesday released an executive order or EO officially lifting the price ceiling on rice in the country. Executive Order Number 42, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on October 4th on behalf of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., states that the Department of Agriculture or DA and the Department of Trade and Industry or DTI have jointly recommended to President Marcos the lifting of EO 39. EO 39, which took effect on September 5th, sets the price cap on regular milled rice to 41 pesos per kilogram and 45 pesos per kilogram for well-milled rice. EO 42 states that both the DA and DTI have jointly recommended the lifting of the mandated price ceilings in view of the decreasing rice prices in the domestic market, increasing supply of rice stock, and declining global rice prices. Under the EO, the President directed concerned agencies to fortify their existing programs and initiatives to provide support and assistance to farmers, retailers, and consumers to ensure stability of rice prices in the country.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday received the credentials of His Excellency Dr. Chanaka Harsha Talpahewa as Resident Ambassador of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka at Malacañang Palace. The President and Sri Lankan Ambassador vowed to further strengthen the warm and friendly Philippine-Sri Lanka relationships and take it to the next level to ensure mutual benefit. President Marcos said that he hopes to continue the long-standing bilateral ties between the two countries and find ways to work together in order to develop each other's economies. In response, Ambassador Talpahewa vowed to take the bilateral ties to the next level and further strengthen the warm relations between both countries. The Philippines and Sri Lanka established their formal diplomatic relations on January 11, 1961. In 2022, Sri Lanka ranked as the Philippines' 75th trading partner, with total trade reaching $29.29 million US dollars, and of the total, $20.49 million were valued as exports, while $8.8 million were imports. Cereal preparations, flour, starch or milk, and pastry cooks products, miscellaneous chemical products, animal or vegetable fats and oils, and paper are among the top exports of the Philippines to Sri Lanka, as well as sugars and sugar confectionery, plastics and articles, optical, photographic, cinematographic, measuring, checking, precision, medical or surgical instruments and apparatus, and parts and accessories. On the other hand, the Philippines' top imports include rubber and articles, coffee, tea, mate, and spices, articles of apparel and clothing accessories, ceramic products, fish, crustaceans, and mollusks, among others. As of 2022, there are 677 overseas Filipino workers or OFWs in Sri Lanka, working as craft and related trade professionals, managers, plant and machine operators and assemblers, professionals, services and sales workers, skilled agricultural, forestry and fishery workers, and technicians and associate professionals, among others.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday welcomed Her Excellency Betty Oyelia Bigombe as non-resident ambassador of the Republic of Uganda at Malacañang Palace. The President expressed hope that the ambassador can find ways to strengthen the relationship between the Philippines and Uganda. President Marcos added that the two countries are very much in the same path, and with both nations' experiences, this should help benefit them so as long as they keep their partnership strong, profound, and alive. For her part, Ambassador Bigombe agreed with the chief executive, saying that the Philippines and Uganda are on the same path of delivering economic development to their people, given their recent high growth witnessed in the past. The Philippine Embassy in Nairobi, Kenya, has administrative jurisdiction over Uganda, and the current non-resident Philippine ambassador to Uganda is Ambassador Marie Charlotte Tang. Total trade of the Philippines with Uganda last year was valued at $4.04 million US dollars, ranking the country as the Philippines' 123rd trading partner out of 231 economies. Philippine exports to Uganda include electrical machinery and equipment and parts, sound recorders and reproducers, television image and sound recorders and reproducers, and parts and accessories of such articles, plastics, and other made-up textile articles. On the other hand, the Philippines' top imports from Uganda include essential oils and resinoids, perfumery, cosmetic or toilet preparations, paper and paperboard, articles of paper pulp, paper or paperboards, among others. There is an estimated 96 Filipino nationals in Uganda as of last year. Majority of those are professionals and skilled workers.
Dateline Malacañang.
They welcomed President-elect Stefani Ercek of the Rotary International, or RI, in a courtesy call at the study room in Malacañang Palace. The President expressed his gratitude to the RI for being an important partner of the Philippines for a long time, noting that the first Rotary Club in Asia was established in Manila in 1919. President Marcos also thanked the Rotary for its help in various sectors of the country, including health and education. RI President-elect Orchek is a member of the Rotary Club of McMurray in Pennsylvania, United States, America. She will serve as president for 2024 to 2025. The RA paid tribute to the president's mother, former First Lady Imelda Marcos, on her contributions in fighting polio in the country. As a member of the Rotary since 1991, Urchik has participated in a variety of international service projects, including India and Nigeria, among others.
Dateline Malacañang.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has declared the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan or SK elections as a special non-working day in the Philippines to allow Filipinos to cast their votes on October 30th. Proclamation number 359, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on October 9th on behalf of the President, states that it is imperative that the people be given the full opportunity to participate in the said elections and exercise their right of suffrage. The Supreme Court, or SC, has green-lighted the Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, to push through with the conduct of the barangay and SK polls scheduled on October 30th, 2023, as previously provided for under Republic Act or RA number 11935. On October 4th, COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia held the ceremonial send-off and began deploying the official ballots and accountable forms to be used for the elections. The COMELEC said that it also deployed envelopes, folders, pens, thumbprint mats, and indelible ink, among others.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Thursday led the inauguration of the world-class controlled climate Magnolia Poultry Farm, the first to be completed out of the 12 planned poultry mega farm projects across the Philippines in Hagonoy, Davao del Sur Province. A project by San Miguel Foods Incorporated, or SMFI, these mega farms anticipate the production of 80 million birds, or about 200 million kilos in live weight per farm, to be harvested annually. This state-of-the-art poultry farm is poised to revolutionize the industry with its advanced facilities and technologies. The farm features environmental controls, biosecurity measures, modernized feeding and watering systems, efficient waste management, and a modern farm layout and house design, among others. These enhancements ensure optimal conditions for poultry rearing, resulting in high-quality and safe products. SMFI's poultry megafarm projects align with the administration's vision outlined in the 2022 Strategic Investment Priority Plan, or SIPP, list of priority projects, specifically under the Chair 2, Number 5, Food Security-Related Activities, as these projects aim to provide long-term security and sustainability of the domestic poultry supply in the Philippines. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Maraming salamat, Secretary Anton Lagdameo, for your introduction. Please take your seats. Actually, ang host natin for today at ang creator nitong napakagandang facility na binubuksan natin ngayon, San Miguel Corporation President and CEO Ramon Ang, Davao del Sur Governor Yvonne Ronya Cagas, Hagonoy Municipality Mayor. Are you also Jess Durasa? Another Jess Duresa, yung aking kaibigan ay yung ama mo. Hindi ko dapat inamin yun. The officials and employees, the men and women of San Miguel Foods Corporations, more specifically, my fellow workers in government, partners from the private sector, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is napapadalas yata ang balik ko dito sa inyo. Pangatlong beses na ako nakabalik dito sa Davao Sur. At binibisita ko yung aming kaibigan, ang dating Congressman Mark Cagas, na naging classmate namin ni Secretary Anton nung kami mga congressman. But the last time I was here was during the 56th Araw ng Digos celebration. Today, I am here to join all of you for the inauguration of the world-class controlled climate Magnolia Poultry Farm here in Hagonoy. I'm also delighted to lead the unveiling of San Miguel Foods marker in this facility. This poultry farm is envisioned to house 28 world-class climate-controlled farmhouses to ensure optimal conditions for poultry raising and production. It is expected to produce up to 80 million chickens annually to address the ever-increasing demand for poultry products in the region and the whole of Mindanao. This facility is also expected to provide jobs to more than 1,000 Filipinos and generate multiple opportunities for our MSMEs, our farmers, their families, as well as other sectors in Hagonoy and the nearby area. As I said during my last SONA, investments in infrastructure and in the capacity of our people, whether in agriculture, education, health, or transportation, are crucial in driving our nation and our economy forward. Of the sectors I have mentioned, we put a high premium on investments in agriculture, as it is the key to combating hunger and poverty and achieving our goal of food sufficiency and security across the country. That is why I'm pleased that this facility is just the first of the 11 planned provincial locations nationwide under San Miguel Foods Poultry Mega Farm projects. Once realized, this will ensure a more stable, sufficient, and cost-competitive supply of chicken, as well as bolster the food and nutritional needs of our people. And that is the very reason why I came all the way here, just to come here to Hagonoy, to see the facility that San Miguel Foods has put up. Because I came here so that we could highlight to other investors around the country and even internationally that there is a way to do this. We have to also explain to our people, we also have to show them that this is the way forward, this is the way of the future. And it is something that is not, sasabihin natin, masyadong mahirap yan, doon lang sa abroad yan, yung mga malaking lugar. And this goes to show that that's not necessarily the case. We can definitely do anything that they do abroad, anything that we can see that are advantageous to the food supply, we can adopt here and adjust it to the Philippine conditions. But again, that for me is the most important part, is that people realize that this is the way forward. We can no longer depend on the informal production of food in the way that we have depended on for a very, very long time. Because the population density, the geopolitical situation right now, which just became a great deal worse, all of these factors come together, and that is why we have pushed very, very hard to make sure that in the Philippines by itself, we are able to feed our people. And we are showing, facilities such as this are showing the way how to do it. We must industrialize our agriculture. Of course, we do not prevent the backyard growing and yung pag-aalaga ng baboy, ng manok, at sa bawat bahay, hindi naman kinukumpetensya yan. Iba ang merkado nito, iba ang market nito. Dahil ang lalabas dito, hindi dadalhin sa palengke dahil naka-process na, dressed na, frozen na. Kaya't yan ang hindi masasagasaan ang mga small producers. At ang napag-usapan namin ni Ramon is that dapat talaga you have to hindi mag-succeed ito kung hindi mo involve ang local community. Sasabihin ng local community, naglagay sila ng malaking planta rito, meron kaming naramdaman, meron gumandang buhay namin, nagkaroon kami ng trabaho, meron kami ngayong ginagawa, may natutunan kami, gagawin namin ngayon dun sa amin. So this is it. You have to the engagement with the local community is absolutely important because there is a tendency sometimes pag pinag-uusapan natin ang food supply and food security, nakakalimutan natin yung mga farmers, yung mga broiler producers, kailangan maganda rin ang kanilang hanap buhay. Hindi sapat na sasabihin natin we have enough supply at saka mura, napakamura ng pagkain sa Pilipinas. Walang kita yung farmer, walang kita yung producer. Hindi naman maaari yan. Dahil ginagawa natin ito para magkaroon ng hanap buhay ang ating mga magsasaka. And the schemes that the San Miguel Foods has put into place for you to share eventually also bring in as partners down the road, bring in as partners more of the local community, especially the cooperatives, the farmers associations, bring them all together so that they can partake of the advantages of such a plant economically. For the national government, it is important because this is the way forward. This is the way that we will this is what we will have to do to industrialize our agricultural sector so that we are able to provide sufficient food for our people at the price that they can afford and allowing the producers, the farmers, those who nag-aalaga ng baboy, nag-aalaga ng manok, ay meron din silang pagkikitaan. So that is the balance that we are trying to achieve. This kind of facility goes a long way in achieving that. So I thank, of course, the San Miguel, led by Mr. Ramon Ang, for continuing to expand its operations in the country, for answering the call for investments in our agricultural sector. You have become a reliable partner of the government through your investments in food, in beverages, infrastructure, and other sectors, which align perfectly with this administration's socio-economic agenda. Thank you as well for investing here in Mindanao. Speaking of which, nung nakikinig ako sa iyo, nasabi mo iniisip mo maglagay sa Maguindanao. Palagay ko magandang maglagay ka, kung hindi Maguindanao, pero Barm Province. Para matulungan natin yung Barm government, para merong hanap buhay doon, para meron silang food supply doon. Para lumakas na yung kanilang ekonomiya, and that will help the stability in the Barm region. So with your help, we will make this island a bastion, not only of peace and security, but also of progress and food sufficiency in the years ahead. Rest assured that this government will continue to mitigate the adverse effects of diseases in your sector, particularly against avian influenza. We are starting, meron na palang bakuna ang avian influenza. So mag-a-acquire na tayo ng avian influenza vaccine. Yung swine flu, wala pa. Pinapilot pa lang, hindi pa lumalabas, hindi pa na-roll out. Ngunit yung sa avian flu ay mukhang effective na. Kaya bibili tayo para mabigyan natin at mabawasan yung mga kinakal dahil tinamaan ng avian flu. Kaya lahat ito, we will do this we will help mitigate problems of disease through appropriate and timely interventions. I assure, once again, the private sector and our people in Hagonoy and the rest of Mindanao that we still have many initiatives, including big-ticket projects in store for the island. We are currently addressing the imminent threat of the Panama disease affecting our plantations here by conducting information dissemination on technologies and measures to control their spread. We are likewise assisting farmers by addressing the need for additional interventions on farm inputs and machinery and, of course, irrigation. We are also one with the people in the call for the preservation and conservation of nearby Mount Apo as we vie for its inclusion in the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization's list of World Heritage Sites. And lastly, but not least, the Mindanao Railway Project. We are working on phase 1 of the Tagum-Davao-Digos segment of this ambitious endeavor to jumpstart interconnectivity in Mindanao. Moving forward, rest assured that the government will continue to pursue infrastructure projects and other endeavors that will sustain the socio-economic growth of the entire island of Mindanao, and with that, the rest of the country. Thank you, and I hope that we will all continue to work together to build a more prosperous and progressive Philippines, a Philippines that Filipinos deserve. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., and Israel Ambassador to the Philippines, Ilan Flus, on Wednesday met in Malacañang Palace, where the latter gave the President updates on the situation in Israel. In their meeting, the chief executive expressed concerns over the situation of the 3 other Filipinos in Israel who has yet been contacted by the Philippine Embassy in Tel Aviv. Ambassador Flus assured the President that they are doing everything that they can to ensure the safety of Filipino nationals in Israel. President Marcos used the opportunity to thank Israeli Defense Forces for saving more than 20 overseas Filipino workers or OFWs there. The Philippine President gave assurance as well that the country will always stand with Israel in this war against the inhuman terrorist attacks by Hamas.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has declared October 10th to the 16th of every year as Linggo ng Lupong Tagapamayapa to raise public awareness of the village officials' role in maintaining peace and order in the community. Under Proclamation Number 358, inked by the President on Monday, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, is directed to take the lead in promoting the observance of the Linggo ng Lupong Tagapamayapa and identify programs, projects, and activities for its annual celebration. The annual observance will coincide with the enactment of Republic Act, or RA 7160, or the Local Government Code of the Philippines, signed into law on October 10, 1991. Based on RA 7160, a Lupong Tagapamayapa is a body that exercises administrative supervision on matters relevant to the amicable settlement of village disputes. The body, organized in every village, is chaired by a punong barangay and has 10 to 20 members. The Peacekeeping Council is mandated to provide a forum for the exchange of ideas among its members and the public on matters relevant to the Amicable Conciliation panel members to share their observations and experiences in effecting the speedy resolution of disputes. Proclamation Number 358 enjoins all other agencies and instrumentalities of the national government, including government-owned or controlled corporations, government financial institutions, and state universities and colleges to assist the DILG in implementing activities for the Linggo ng Lupong Tagapamayapa. All local government units, non-government organizations, and the private sector are encouraged to participate and provide support for the effective implementation of the proclamation.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Thursday ordered concerned government agencies to explore all evacuation strategies to assist Filipinos affected by the war in Israel. During a sectoral meeting with relevant government agencies in Malacañang Palace on Thursday, the President discussed the status of overseas Filipino workers or OFWs affected by the armed conflict between the Israeli Defense Forces and the militant group Hamas. During the meeting, the chief executive said that the administration was closely monitoring the war and was coordinating with the Israeli government for the updates to ensure the welfare of Filipinos in the country. President Marcos urged the Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW, the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, to develop strong repatriation plans and explore all evacuation strategies to assist affected Filipinos. Meanwhile, the President assured those repatriated that the government would assist them in addressing their immediate needs such as financial, livelihood, scholarship, and food assistance. Data from the Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, showed that there are around 30,500 Filipinos living in Israel, 99% of whom are working as caregivers. 4 Filipinos are still missing as of Thursday evening, while 2 have been confirmed dead. President Marcos called the families of the Filipinos who died in the attacks and vowed to provide them with the necessary assistance. The DFA has raised crisis alert levels 2 and 3 in Israel and the Gaza Strip.
Dateline Malacañang.
President R. Marcos Jr. has identified the regular holidays and special non-working days for the year 2024. In Proclamation Number 368, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on behalf of the President on October 11th, it stated that the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, shall implement the guidelines for the proclamation. The proclamation shall take effect immediately and shall be published in a newspaper of general circulation. Under Proclamation Number 368, President Marcos declared the following regular holidays: January 1st, New Year's Day; March 28th, Maundy Thursday; March 29th, Good Friday; April 9th, Araw ng Kagitingan or Day of Valor; May 1st, Labor Day; June 12th, Independence Day; August 26th, National Heroes Day, which is celebrated every last Monday of August; November 30th, Bonifacio Day; December 25th, Christmas Day; and December 30th, Rizal Day. On the other hand, the following were declared as special non-working days. April 21st is Ninoy Aquino Day; November 1st, All Saints Day; December 8th, Feast of the Immaculate Conception of Mary; and December 31st, last day of the year. Additional special non-working days include February 10th, Chinese New Year; March 30th, Black Saturday; November 2nd, All Souls Day; and December 24th, Christmas Eve. The proclamation also states that declaring national holidays for the observance of Idil Fitr and Idil Adha shall hereafter be issued after the approximate dates of the Islamic holidays have been determined in accordance with the Islamic calendar or Hijra or the lunar calendar or upon Islamic astronomical calculations, whichever is possible or convenient. With this, the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos is advised at the appropriate time to recommend to the Office of the President the actual dates on which Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha holidays will respectively fall.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang in Review. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.